Hello YouTube, it's afrraid here. Well, I'm here to show you how to play the Fabled deck, but before I get started with that, I want you guys to check out my video right before this one. It's the video about me giving shoutouts. Well, I know I have a trend of when I put up a video about giving shoutouts, I think I only have 2 videos up. I don't really do Yu-Gi-Oh shoutouts because if you're good enough to be in the Yu-Gi-Oh community, it should be good enough for everyone to see already, so I don't really need to talk about you. But I gave 2 out to 2 of my friends. One was a editor. He edits videos, and one was my friend. She sings. So if you guys don't mind, if you go check them out, I'll put a link in the description bar for my friend. She sings. My other friend, he lives in New York. He's like an acquaintance more of. Well, I'm gonna get to the Fable deck right now and show you. All right. Set this up somehow to make it stand. Alright, there you go. So first off, I'm going to show you a couple cards. These are support cards for the Fable deck, cards that help the deck play. So Level Leader and Reborn Tengu. These are important because they keep the board control. Because your most important synchros in the deck are Fabled Reagan, Hyper Librarian when it comes out. To believe it or not, Fabled Valkyrius, I bring him out a lot. This is the card that wins you most of the games because its attack goes over 4,000 a lot most of the time. Brionic is the card, if the deck goes to tier 1, this card might get banned. Because none of the Fable monsters miss their timing with him. Arcanite Magician because he's also like a secondary Black Rose and you can make a level 1 off of him to make a level 8. And Formula Synchron because you need to keep your deck flowing. So the deck comes with cards that are support cards, they're not the actual tuners. Kushano. This card is really good because he's a multi-use card. You can summon him and you can act as him like a floater, so he can start attacking. And when he dies, you can ditch your cards to put him back in your hand. Him plus any of these. So all these cards are important. I'm gonna give you little specific scenarios and what you can do. So say you open up with a Tengu, and you have a Grimro. They're so specific, it's hard to give full combos. These are general overview ideas. So I'm going to give you level ideas of what you can do and can't do. So an average all fabled hand would be okay. So this is not one hand, but this is the general overview. So we have a hand like so. You have your option, not a hand, but options like so. You can see you have to recognize how to play the deck by what synchros you can make. Because the deck only makes synchros to win. You can't attack and win. So Grimro is a card that becomes any other card right now, and you really don't want to normal summon unless you're summoning a Tengu, a Sangin, or a Kushano if you have to. Those are just the general ideas. The summon is the last thing you want to do. So in this hand you have 2 cards that special summon. These count as the same cards, Tricky and Chawa. So to bring these guys out, Tricky can discard any card, Chawa you have to discard a Fabled monster. So you can discard Cerberus to bring out Chawa. You can discard a Ganesha or something to bring out Tricky if you would like, and then you can summon Tengu. So now you have 4 monsters on board. This is in your hand. So the idea of the 4 monsters on board, now that you can make Trishula, or this guy's on board too. You have 5 on board. You can make Trishula with this. Okay, now you have all these levels. You have a 4, a 5, a 1, a 3, and a 2. So you have to recognize that this makes Trishula, this makes Brionic, this makes Brionic, this makes Arcanite, this makes Black Rose. Level 8, you have extension from everywhere from level 4 all the way to a level 5, a level 6, a level 7, a level 8, and a level 9. That's why the deck is good, because you can drop this whole board and 1 card in hand and still come back out. The reason why Tengu is good because he replaces them every time. So you can go Brionic and you'll get another Tengu, and then you can go in a real life situation when a Librarian comes out. In this scenario you'll go Librarian and then another Tengu comes out. Then you go Brionic, or you can go Trishula and another Tengu comes out. You discard for Brionic and then another guy comes out, you can go another draw. That's why the deck is really good. So for example, this field on board, you go Librarian. Librarian didn't come out yet in this video, so I'm gonna proxy him. Let's go face down. Another Tengu comes on board. You synchro for Brionic. Another Tengu comes on board. You draw a card. Use Brionic to ditch a card. Let's grab Brionic. You draw a card. So here you should have enough on board to win already. So you just discard your 2 cards, or you can keep attacking. But before, say you go to a level like the Trishula instead of this, you get another Tengu on board, you have open slots, you draw a card. Now the deck keeps going like that. Like that wasn't the greatest situation because you get stuck. Then when you really don't want to play until you get stuck. You want to play until you can keep flowing and keep flowing and keep flowing. That's why this deck's really good like that. So now options that open you up. Like I know a lot of Fabled player decks I see now, like they're really one way. Like a lot of decks you want Kushano in graveyards. So that's why you play cards that are supporting, like Foolish Burial and Monster Reincarnation. Reason Monster Reincarnation is really good is Kushano and Grimro. So say you have a monster on field, say you have Ganesha on field, you discard Grimro, you grab Cruz or something. You go Monster Reincarnation. Well, that's not the idea with Kushano, but like you go Monster Reincarnation, you grab back Grimro, grab back Kushano with Cruz, you ditch, grab another card, you synchro with this. Say you grab another Cruz, so you have Brionic on board, you can ditch to bring this back to your hand, and say you didn't have Brionic, say you had like a Reagan or a Liberian. That's why Monster Reincarnation is good, because it gives you the ability to field, graveyard, and hand. Like it rotates really fast. So any more questions? I'm not really sure how to go, but to get good at the deck, all you really need to know is how to normal summon right, what plays to make, what synchros to make, because the synchro board is really big. Like I understand how some decks are easier to play, like say Scraps. Like you only have access to level 8s and level 7s, and maybe a level 6 once in a while. But this deck you have access to every synchro from 2 all the way to 9 and 10. The synchro deck is really big, and you have to understand which board wins, which board's the safest to play out of. Because understand, like, you have like a 20-minute turn, but if you don't win in that 20-minute turn, you have to understand, like, you have to keep board for next turn, because your next turn might be a bad hand. So like, you have to understand how good Wyvern is, because he can do so much damage, but don't expect him to be on board next turn. Or when you make Brionic, if they keep going, you can't just ditch and like bounce your own cards if you just because, and to make a Reagan to draw 2. Like you can do that if it's right, but you have to do it to make it plausible. Just because you have no cards in your hand doesn't mean you're losing an advantage, by the way. Also, formula is really important in this deck. I honestly don't like Shooting Star in this deck because I can't fit it in. Because Liberian's coming out, Halberd Cannon's coming out. I actually have a Halberd Cannon somewhere. But this deck can make Halberd Cannon as well. I suggest you go for like the faster version. If you want to make the other version, I'm not too sure about that yet. So you can make Halberd Cannon. Everything is possible in this deck. Side deck good for this card, or a great side deck card for this deck is